Hey guys, this is my first official video for my new YouTube channel. Take two with Akeelim. Yes, not the first video of Take Two, but my first YouTube. It will be about telling about the news and all the things that are happening over the week span and 2020's event for life I've been living. I just wanted to talk about it in case I don't survive to the end of 2020. I would at least been able to pass on some information to the next generation to come. But first, I've been juggling if I should do it or not do it in a while, and I decided I'm going to. I'm was ill a couple of days ago. Actually, do not have corona, but many people thought I did. Because I had some similar flu-like symptoms. I had sore throat. I didn't cough, sneeze, or anything. I had sore throat. I had a fever, which caused pain. I had pain all over my body. I had a migraine, a major migraine. I had pain in my arms. You know it's bad when you start to feel small pains in your scrotum. It's that bad. Um, and I'm not sure if everybody's like me, but when you have pain in that area, you worry, you fret, you stress, it bothers you more than anything else in the world. And I thought to myself, well, this was it. I mean, this is as bad as it was. I called, well, I was over my partner's house at the time. So they took care of me. Thank God. But before that, I was thinking about calling my friends and all the beneficiaries on my insurance, my life and critical illness insurance, people beneficiaries of my investment in case anything happens, so they can know, okay, you can go claim it or you can allow it to continue. Whatever, you can take it over, whatever. I was about to make that call because I was about to lose. I thought I was going to die, honestly. And at first I thought it was corona. But then I realized it's not corona. I was like, what the hell did I get? And to all my friends that may saying, yes, yep, I know I do not have HIV and it's not a death sentence. Just to let you know, for a person with HIV, and I have nothing against it, but I did not have it. So I have friends that would say, "Oh, so you had HIV?" I just got really sick. Like it was abrupt. I just got really sick. I am not saying this to say anything particular, but I'm gonna open up more about my journey as a young black gay individual in Jamaica that is trying to build a brand and a business of his own. I have let's talk about it. So this is my journey. I don't want to give you a story time. I really don't want to give you a story time. I don't want my first video to be a story time, but I guess it's gonna be, I guess. So let's see where it takes us. So this is what happened. Now, give you a joke. On the 31st of August, I officially terminated a business I started in May. It was a digital marketing and social engineering company. Its aim, it was ALH, All Inclusive Agent Club, mostly used name All Inclusive Agent Club. ALS is the overall brand that I want to use my name. I felt, I started the business as I saw the need. Well, let me not lie, that would be a friggin' lie. I didn't start because I saw the need. I saw the business because I got clients that needed that business. I found a person that needed that support. And my housemate had encouraged me to, encourage is kind of an understatement, but pushed me into doing this because again she can still complain, I'm here, outside of my 9 to 5 I have nothing else. She's a business owner and stuff, and and I, at the time, I was going through a period at work that I didn't really want to go to work. I'm not sure most of us can live with that, or most of us have dealt with that. There are periods at work that you just feel like you just don't want to be there, and I didn't really want to be there, mostly, really. And so she decided that, okay, I know this person and they need this business, and I'm doing it, but I can't really do it no. So would you like to take it on? Fine. Start my company up, had about 3 clients and got 4. And then one decided that, okay, in the middle of May, he can continue with the service because he can't afford it, so he can't afford to do it. So fine, moving on. Moved over. May was 3 months, so he enjoyed that month. Others join on and continue. Along the line, there are a few, because this was new and it was just rushed into, everything was rushed. I didn't have an overall for the company yet. I didn't have because it was just me, and then I'm being forced again by my housemate to, get somebody else to support because she can't support. A lot of this was new to me. A lot of the things I did during the company was kind of new to me per se. The technicality service delivery part was kind of new. Some of it was new. Applications that I used were not so familiar to me, but I did, and I put in the energy. And I mean, some nights I stayed up till about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning trying to get that the work done. And I know I have my 9 to 5 to start like about 8 in the morning, 7 in the morning, 10 in the morning. And some of the days where I'm actually servicing these clients, I'm actually servicing my actual 9 to 5 as well. It was difficult, and I think a lot of young people had gone through this who wanted to start their own business. And I'm not saying that. It's not saying this to discourage you. I thought this was my passion. I thought it was something, because it's something I can do seamlessly. Like, I know I don't think about it. I don't stress about it. But this is where the problem came in. I wasn't ready. I made a post in May that last thing you along line, sometimes you feel like you're stagnant. At the time before I started the business, I feel like I was stagnant. I wasn't going here nor there. I was stuck here. I have a law degree from the University of Technology. I'm not been using. I'm currently doing my master's in law, which I'm not really. I'm no longer interested in doing. Just weird. I was at the point where I didn't feel like to do anything. I didn't know where my life was going. Didn't know what I want to do next. And I waste so much. I'm still paying student loan bureau SLB like $25,000 every month, $25,500 every month. I don't know where I'm going. Don't know what I'm doing. Don't know what to do next. The student loan called me saying that the amount. So this is what it started off. I had about, let's say, I had owed for almost, I didn't pay for 1 year, an entire year, right? I was called and I started paying because I wasn't working at the time and stuff, so I didn't have no money and stuff. When I started working, I started paying. I started trying to pay 25, 20. Start off with 20 monthly, and anywhere between 20, because they told me I should pay 15 something, so I just pay 20, or between 15 to 20. I don't go less than that every month. Then they told me I now owe $500,000 being brought forward. I was like, it wasn't $500,000 before. It was about $200,000 before. How was it $500,000? Then they says no interest rate. You have 25%. And that started to bother me again. And it's all that was happening during a period, right? During this period, and I was at this point, I'm stuck again. I was like, I've been through so much. Why am I here at this point again? I'm freaking 26. I should be able to push forward. Should be able to say, I have this, I have that, and I have this. Why am I here? So I went along with my housemate, because I was already at the place, and and I had a journey of 2 directions. I felt like I was like, okay, here I had 2 sides of the road now to choose, and here I don't know, and I'm in the middle where I'm not sure where to turn. I can go straight, I can turn left, I could turn right, I still don't know where to turn. Didn't know what. No, I didn't have much detail of any of the decisions that were surrounding me. I was trying to make a decision that was good for my best interests and for the interests of others around me, my benefit, my cousins and my friends, and my godchildren that I love so dearly, my son that I love so dearly. But I didn't know where to turn. So at this point, I made a decision. I made a decision, and this is the decision now. I said, all right, fine, I'm gonna go with this. I went with it, and in the middle of going with it, a few hiccups started happening, and a few things started to. Then I started losing clients, and I couldn't understand why was I losing clients. I was doing everything. I was ticking off like service delivery. Me I try. Me ensure that the service is delivered. Because for me, in my head, a business can only be as productive, can only be good when on the face of it, at least on the face of it, to the clients, their services or what they're being paid for, what they're paying for is being delivered to them. To the best of my ability, they are being delivered. And I did all of that. And I didn't understand what was lacking. So the second client that I lost was in not May, June. It ended up drinking July really. It was more July when she decided no longer to continue. Her company decided no longer to continue business with me, and I trying to figure out why. Part of the service delivery was not being met, and that part was a part of my. It's weird. And that part of it was exactly directed to my housemates and her company that was supposed to do it with my company. They forced me to add these things to it, and I kind of don't know how to do them. But I said, fine, I'll do it once you're with me. And so, doing it right. They let her do her part. That part. Fine. We had a few hiccups with the same particular clients as well. They had a few, I had a few. So, moving on. When I said, I do it, I do my thing. I mean, hosting the live shows for them, be the entire engineer room for doing any of their live programs, editing, submitting the videos for editing, and for it to be posted. Interact with person that talks to them on social media, ensure their social media post is posted at 3 times, 3 by 3, that's 3 times a day, 3 days a week. Out. Ensuring that the broadcast messages are sent to their recipients to know that, hey, they're having service, you need to come. Ensuring that their articles are created. Lots of stuff. But it was me. I had hired somebody else. But I guess she wasn't up for the job. But again, she was recommended through, again, my housemate and her company, and I went ahead with it. And because I didn't have much relation with her, but then I started developing her that she's a nice person, really. And if you tell her what to do, she kind of will do it. But she had her own issues surrounding her life, including she had school, she had other things to do, and she had church, and she's very active in church. So most of the days of the week, a lot of time we got clash. There's a lot of clash. And I tried to be lenient, so I tried to do most of the work. And give her a small part of it. Even though I wanted her to do like a lot, I guess I decided for her to just do a small part of the work. And that was a disaster in of itself. Moving on to August. In August, I lost another client. No, I'm only down to one. I lost another client because this particular client, okay, when I just started with her, she didn't want to do business with me. We had a disagreement from the inception of she trying to do business with me, and I guess she was encouraged by my housemate's company because that's where she did business with, and they recommend her to me. So, recommend to her, I should say. So they went ahead and she decided, because we're a part of a network of companies, we're part of a network, so we pool. If I know somebody that needs a particular service and that person has that service to do, I recommend that person to that service because I keep the businesses flowing. That's the kind of relationship we had in the network, which is good, I guess. But I'm still a young entrepreneur, so I went ahead and did that. Girl, I knew I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have taken on this client. I know I shouldn't have. All part of me told me I shouldn't have. I felt it in my bosom. I felt it so much. But nevertheless, I went ahead and do it. Man, I worked my ass off for this woman. We did some work. Okay, I'm trying to drink. And I guess there's no ice or anything that I for James Rock because this one deserved it. I mean, I worked for this lady, but then we never meshed really. She never wanted to communicate with me ever, so I assigned the person that I hired to be my liaison. So that particular person that I hired is her digital engineer, is the person that is helping her. No, she wasn't. I was the one doing everything. Anyway, because the person was really busy, the most she could do is ensure the communication. So I was never in any of the groups that we created to work with her. And never in any of the email direct. I've never had direct communication until July 25th, when one of her services went down. There was an issue. It's not the first major issue that she had, but it's the first one. I did by myself, and I was trying. You know, network partner came in. That's my company. Came in and saying that we recommend. They took over the whole thing, and we had a whole disagreement between each other. I mean, she shouted at me. I responded, I just gave up. I was like, fuck it, and I threw up everything. I'm like, do your thing, do you boo, do you boo. I was pissed, to be honest. I was in my feelings, I was pissed at that time. But I let it pass. I went back because at the day I was actually still working. So like that. In July, and particularly in July that happened, and then hold on, let me set this up, please. Yes. 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 So after that incident, I'm just sharing this with you guys. After that incident, it went from bad to worse from that point. Because after that, I thought everything was fine. Did all the corrections, sent her email, apologizing. Did all I could, everything I could to ensure her business was not damaged, her reputation was not damaged, anything publicly, because I was handling her people see her publicly. Fixed all of that, all of that. Sat and did all of that. Go. In August, she said, okay, fine, she don't want to do business with me no more. Fine. I didn't know. She didn't tell me. She told the partner company that recommended her to me. Tell them. They sent me a very detailed, without telling me what was the situation, but a very high-bloated email. I think people. I'll send those emails when I don't want when there's something kind of I don't want to tell what it was, and I'm trying to hide something. So I just send you something. I just telling you, okay, this is it. You don't need any more details. I just said this is it. A lot of strategic, like a lot of things that I'm supposed to do next to be, because they block me now from they're no longer recommending anybody else to me and whatever, and they start to block me from the pool. And I could understand. You see, I lost this client. This is a good client to them, and which normally I'm gonna lost them as well. So I found it to be fairly reasonable. Again, I'm doing this by myself, so I made a mistake and whatever. But I can understand it from a business perspective for them. These are a person that have done business before. So fine, they've been running business before. I've never run one for profit company. So fine. I'm here. Ooh, but little. Ooh, I just realized I have a flat chest and I have a chest. I have to kind of keep like it's pretty much like yeah. Anyway, slightly distracted. So yes. I don't know, forgive this hobo look. The next video you'll see me shave up and bare things. Should. No promises. My barber's in Kingston. And I'm all the way in St. Catherine. So yes. So yeah. After that situation, and they sent me this email, I was like, you know what? I started thinking about it. Because it wouldn't make sense. Now my overhead for these clients together covered the entire overhead plus, and I had a surplus. Paying off my employee, and had a surplus. Had a little left for me. Which can be invested back to the company and the balance remain to me. I look at it when I lost this client. Now I had to look at the finances and be like, this is not gonna work out. After this month, going into September, this won't work out, because this client is one client I had left who, I mean, this client is, I mean, this, I love her. She's patient, she's kind, she asks a question, she allowed me to answer these questions. I asked her questions, we communicated, I felt like I finally have a foot and I can use her as my ground to understand how to grow as business. She has a recommendation. I take them on. I have recommendation and I shared to her. She did them on. This is how we grow. And I was like, you know what? A lot of things are happening. And sadly, I had to terminate the business because financially it wouldn't be possible. Mentally, it was no longer being possible for me. I found myself in a situation where I feel like I bite more than I can chew. This is my recommendation. Nobody should ever do that. Bite off more than you can chew. Please know your limit. I beg you, see your limit, know your limit. Because doing all of this, plus your own personal life, running your own company, plus your personal life, plus, I just had I had a boyfriend doing all this stuff. So, your own business, personal life,